You deserve better. Sign up for Your Choice Auto from Allstate. Call the McDonald Agency today at 622-2333.
Features are optional and subject to terms, conditions, and availability. Allstate Insurance, Northbrook, Illinois.
All right, 20 minutes after 9 o'clock. You know, it's weird. Just this morning, Robin, I was on the internet, and one of those commercials that come on the internet, it showed a young lady and her daughter, little daughter. They're showing up at Grandma's house. I think it was Grandma's house. You would presume an older lady. Mm-hmm. And the little girl gives Grandma a hug, and oh gosh, it hurts so much. And then the daughter, the adult daughter, says to her mother, who's the grandma, says, "Let me look at it. Let me look at it." And so she pulls down the shoulder, the clothing off of her shoulder, and it reveals on her back these unbelievable scabby looking things. Oh. And it was the first time I had ever seen what shingles actually looks like. We've heard about shingles. There's a sign there's a clinic not too far from here that has a shingles vaccine ad, I think, right?
Yes.
But I never knew what it was. So we're going to learn right now a little bit. We have a guest on the phone. She's been with us before, right, Robin?
Yep.
Dr. Donica Moore is a women's health expert, a health advocate who has appeared on Oprah, The View, Good Morning America, CNN International, NBC's Weekend Today. If I read all of these, we wouldn't have any more time to talk. Nope. So we're talking about the misconceptions about shingles and who is at risk. Good morning, Dr. Moore. Good to have you on again.
Oh, it's always a pleasure.
Yeah, thank you. Where are you? Are you in New York?
I'm coming to you live from New York.
Live from New York, Robin.
I love that. You're going to be there soon.
Wanting to be on Saturday Night Live.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Wouldn't it? I don't know that shingles would be a good topic though to have fun with. So it's like
no.
Yeah. It's like the only thing you can have fun with it is the name shingles. That's the only thing you can do.
Right. In all seriousness, you can't do that because it's just not funny.
No.
And, that commercial that you referenced certainly does bring home the emotional impact of it as well as the physical impact. And most people haven't seen what it actually looks like, even though most people do know somebody who has had shingles. Whether or not they've had a conversation with that person is another point, because a lot of people don't like to talk about it.
Yeah.
But we do know from the CDC that there are about 1 million cases of shingles per year in the United States, and about 1 in 3 people will get it at some point in their lives. And yet, there's this tremendous amount of misinformation. So part of it is people don't really know what it is or where it comes from.
I think you're right, yeah.
The other part is just the myths and misinformation. So we can start with what it is, and it's simply a disease that's caused by the same virus that causes chickenpox. And 99.5% of adults over 40 have either had chickenpox or been exposed to it.
Yeah.
What happens in those circumstances is once you're over it, the virus still stays in your body for decades and can become reactivated for seemingly no reason at any point. When it does become reactivated, it manifests as a painful, itchy, burning, red, blistering, yucky rash.
Oh, my gosh.
And my mother always at me when I say yucky, but that's a medical term.
I know, I love those terms.
The commercial showed it on the lady's shoulder or on her back. Can it appear on your face, on your scalp?
Yes, it can appear anywhere.
Oh my gosh!
I talked to a woman yesterday who actually had it start in her mouth.
Oh gosh!
But it can appear anywhere. But most commonly, it's somewhere on the torso, and most commonly, it's just on one side of the body and usually appears in a band-like distribution. And then this rash can last anywhere up to a month, most commonly 2 to 4 weeks. And then the really bad news, first of all, there's no cure. And second of all, 1 in 5 people who get shingles will go on to develop a complication called post-herpetic neuralgia, which is an ongoing nerve pain syndrome, which can last for months and sometimes even years.
Can shingles be contagious, like chickenpox was?
That's a great question. And the good news is it's not contagious. However, that having been said, if the girl in the commercial had never had chickenpox or not been protected against chickenpox, she could be at risk from getting chickenpox from hugging her grandmother.
Oh, really?
Who had the blistering phase of shingles.
Oh, my goodness.
So, what we advise is if somebody has shingles, say a grandma has shingles, she probably shouldn't hold her baby granddaughter.
So the sign down the road that says vaccine against shingles, do those vaccines work?
They are effective. Of course, no vaccine is effective 100% of the time in 100% of the people. I do recommend that people over 50 have a conversation with their doctor or healthcare provider or pharmacist about whether the vaccine is a good idea for them. But this is a case where an ounce of prevention is really worth more than a pound of cure.
So
that there is no cure.
So if I read between the lines, you're basically recommending that. Well, you said conversation, but it sounds like maybe you're in favor of us all getting the vaccine.
You're leading the witness, counselor. Because I've been on your show before, I can never make personal medical recommendations to people who I'm not examining, or my lawyer would have apoplexy. But I do recommend that people have this conversation in all seriousness with their physicians, particularly once they hit 50 or above. We do know that the number one risk factor for getting shingles is advancing age, and 50 is starting to look younger and younger to me every day. But more than half of people who get shingles are over 50. And then by the time you hit 85, 1 in 2 people have had or will have shingles.
Does it discriminate between men and women?
Most things do, and this is no exception. Women are more likely to get it, but men certainly are, at equal risk. Mm-hmm. And one of the reasons it's probably more common in women is because women generally live longer. But the other reason is women are more likely to have one or more of the chronic diseases that can decrease your immune system, or have immune disorders.
What is done to alleviate the symptoms?
Great question. The most important thing is to call your doctor as soon as you think you have the symptoms, because there is a class of medication called antivirals, which can be given to decrease the severity of the symptoms and decrease the duration of the symptoms. But those medications have to be started within 72 hours of getting your first symptoms in order to be effective. And then the other things that doctors can recommend for symptomatic relief are various pain medications.
Are there side effects associated with the vaccine?
Well, everything has side effects. The most common side effect, as with most vaccines, are just discomfort at the injection site, or local pain, but that's usually mild and transient. If you read the package insert, you'll find a whole list of potential adverse reactions and safety concerns, and that is another reason why I strongly recommend that people talk to their doctors about whether this is right for them. And of course, during that conversation, their doctor or their pharmacist we'll go through the complete safety information, which we obviously don't have time for.
Yeah, we've got about a minute to be exact. Give us a website, if you could, so our listeners can learn more.
Absolutely. The website I recommend is shinglesinfo.com. But as always, the most important place to go for your own personal medical information is to your own personal physician, healthcare provider, or pharmacist. That's
really good advice. And your website is drdonica.com?
Correct.
There you are. I see you right now. Doctor, thank you for taking time out of your day. Important topic, and obviously it's affecting our community. Otherwise, there wouldn't be signs up outside of the whatever I passed this morning, the clinic or something. Mm-hmm. Thank you, Doctor.
Many drugstores do that, and I think that's a great community service that they provide. And it's certainly not just for this vaccine, but for all vaccines. Yeah. And a lot of the drugstores have little minute clinics, which also provide acute care for patients. Okay. So that's a great community resource.
Thank you, Doctor. We'll be right back.
Fox News Radio, I'm Lillian Wu. There are more leaked emails out about Hillary Clinton's email scandal.
The Intercept has published emails from former Republican Secretary of State Colin Powell. His messages were part of hacked emails of U.S. military and political officials. Powell wrote about the Clinton email controversy, quote, HRC could have killed this 2 years ago by merely telling everyone honestly what she had done and not tie me to it.
Fox's Mike Emanuel. Clinton back on the stump tomorrow after taking some time off to recover from pneumonia. Opponent Donald Trump last night laying out his proposal for affordable child care.
During his speech, Trump said Democrat Hillary Clinton doesn't have a child care plan. She responded by tweeting a link to her plan.
Fox Radio's Rachel Sutherland. And the imprisoned transgender soldier formerly known as Bradley Manning greenlighted for a sex change paid for by the government. Fox News, we report, you decide.
If you've heard of WeatherTech floor liners, you probably know that for your vehicle's floor, nothing protects better. But what about protection for the rest of your car or truck? I'm David McNeil, founder of WeatherTech. Besides our floor liners, we design, engineer, and manufacture a wide range of automotive accessories right here in America. And just like our floor liners, everything is done to the highest standards possible. We understand what kind of investment owning a vehicle can be, so we do everything possible to help you protect it. We don't take shortcuts, and we never make concessions when it comes to quality. For everything from cargo liners to cleaning and detailing supplies, to mud flaps and car covers, the one place you need to go is WeatherTech.com. So if you are familiar with our floor liners, just imagine how well the rest of our products will work for you. Learn more about our full line of automotive accessories at WeatherTech.com or call 1-800-CarMats. WeatherTech.com. Proudly made in America.
Ad Council. Yeah, I'm that drip coming down from the corner of the room. But where did I come from? I'll never tell.
Bone Dry Roofing can and will fix it right the first time using quality materials and will deal honestly and fairly with you, period. You can find Bone Dry Roofing on their website, bonedryroofingllc.com, and Facebook at Bone Dry Roofing LLC. Do it right before your roof needs a tarp to keep the elements out. Bone Dry Roofing stands behind their work to help make your home safe and secure, plus they have financing available. Remember, if you're not bone dry, then you're all wet.
Hi, I'm Big Daddy Don Garlitz, asking you to support adoption by purchasing a Choose Life license plate from your county tag office. You know it costs a lot to give a child life. Many times a woman is forced to make a bad choice because of financial pressures. Help save the lives of the unborn children by aiding women whom choose life instead of abortion. Take a stand for life. Purchase your Choose Life license plate today. For more information, go to chooselife.org or call 352-624-2854.
Cookies, 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 cookies. We go cookie eating cookies.
When you want something special and fun for any occasion, get cookies. King Cookie in the Paddock Mall in Ocala will make a delicious, fun-filled delight just for you. So next time you're in the mall, stop by King Cookie or call 352-237-2557. KingCookieOcala.com. Customized cookies, cakes, and more. King Cookie.
Eating cookies. We're so happy eating cookies. Cookies!
Stay with us and sleep better at the Sleep Inn and Suites of Ocala Bellevue, located next door to Don Garlett's Museum and a few minutes from Florida Horse Park. Our award-winning, newly refreshed Sleep Inn and Suites offers comfy, clean rooms, free fast Wi-Fi, and service with a smile. Start your day with a deluxe hot breakfast and unwind in our heated outdoor pool. Our convenient 24-hour fitness and business centers allow you to stay on track whether you're here to play or to work. That's Sleep Inn and Suites Ocala Bellevue, proud sponsor of Marion County High School football.
Career Source, Citrus, Levy, Marion brings together business and community partners, economic development leaders, and educational providers to connect employers with qualified, skilled talent and job seekers with employment and career development opportunities. Tune in the first and third Wednesday of each month at 9:30 a.m. to Career Source, Citrus, Levy, Marion, and learn how they can help you.
WWWWOCA
This is WOCA, News Talk 1370.
This is James Snyder, inviting you to join me each Sunday morning at 9:30 for Sunday Joy on 1370 AM, 96.3 FM.
Thank you, Pastor Snyder. 25 minutes before 10 o'clock. Thank you for tuning in this Wednesday morning. It looks a lot overcast right now. I was going to say a little bit. It looks a lot overcast. There's an 80% chance we'll see rain today. There was a hurricane hurricane warning this morning. it was mostly for the northeast part of the state, but they extended it as far south as Marion County, and there was really nothing here at that time. I don't even think this is the outer band right now, but that 80% chance of rain still could bring the wind and all that. There was a story this morning about the self-driving Uber car. Can you imagine this? You call for a taxi or an Uber, whatever, right? Mm-hmm. And you get in, and it just drives.
Wow.
They're going to do this. In the city of Pittsburgh, the self-driving car has arrived. Uber's partially self-driving car, will begin accepting passengers today. Now, there is a driver in the car, but he's there only in case the thing doesn't work.
Oh, okay.
Now, okay, just think about this for a second here. Mm-hmm. When you have to focus your attention on anything, then you have your attention focused all the time, like driving. You're focused all the time, right?
Right.
If you take your attention away from that focus just for a moment, as in texting, right?
Yes.
Then the time that it takes for you to react to an emergency situation is greatly affected by that distraction, right?
Yes, for sure.
So if you're not driving at all, the car is driving by itself, are you likely to pay less attention? In other words, is that driver going to really be able to fix something? Oh my gosh. So the driver is basically still going to have to pay attention and going to have to drive.
Yeah,
right?
Exactly.
But yeah, in Pittsburgh, they say it's the perfect city. I'm not so sure why. Uber's partially self-driving car will begin accepting passengers today, a critical test for the ride-hailing service as it seeks to develop a fleet of autonomous vehicles. So put that up with the drone deliveries that we're starting to see now on some college campuses, because the United States Federal Aviation Administration decided that you could fly drones as long as you had certain rules, which is okay. One of those rules is that you have to be able, the pilot of the drone, the one operating it, has to be able to see the drone at any given time, which kind of puts a crimp in a lot of the plans that Amazon had and that Google had, and
sure.
I think Walmart had a plan, right?
Yep.
And so those three companies have been experimenting in England, where they don't have that same law, where they can deliver packages even after the drone is out of visual sight. So I find it interesting that that's happening, and I wonder if things are not going to change. So the world as we know it is changing all the time.
Yeah.
But a huge change will be when they have mastered, gotten all the kinks out of the self-driving car. This will happen, right? Right now, if you go to Walt Disney World and you ride in that monorail, there's still a driver in that monorail, right?
Yes, there is.
But you no longer have a driver, so to speak, on an elevator. And at one time that was unheard of. I don't know why.
Yeah.
But it was. So it would be like an elevator. That's how they're describing it anyway. They're describing it like an elevator. If in essence you will get into this Uber car. And instruct it where to take you, the same as when you get into an elevator, you instruct it which floor to stop at.
Right, exactly.
And that's it. You read your newspaper, you get on your way. It just takes you.
Yeah.
Isn't that amazing?
It is amazing.
For right now, because it's
Absolutely.
experimental, everybody who does this gets a ride for free, by the way. So.
Oh, good. I'd hate to have to pay to be an experiment.
Yeah, right.
I think I'll go there just to experience it.
What's in Pittsburgh?
Yeah, that's okay.
No, I said what? What's in Pittsburgh do you want to see?
The Uber car. I mean, I just like to go there to be in an Uber self-driving car and see what happens.
All right, just wanted to share that with you. And the other half of that is the drones. If the drone testing shows that there's no problem in England, I wonder if the FAA will change their laws, their rules. And now it seems unlikely that by Thanksgiving we'll have drone delivery in the United States. But technically we do have it now. It's just that it's only in universities. And I guess some drone pilot is sitting there in the courtyard at the college And as long as he can see his drone, he can deliver pizza and whatever else they're delivering with these things.
Yeah, but see, those drones could be equipped with a camera. And that camera can be plugged into the drone operator, and then the operator isn't in the drone's line of sight. And you can actually see the terrain you're driving. You're flying that drone over, and you know exactly where it is you're going. So I don't understand
but that doesn't...
what the FAA has a problem with there.
Oh, well, that is the
Because
problem.
you got cameras on the drones, and you can see, the airspace.
Right, but that doesn't usurp. Is that the word, usurp? That doesn't usurp their ruling. Their ruling says you have to be able to see it.
That's right.
With your eyes.
Exactly.
Not with your camera.
Right. Now, if you want advanced technology,